channel. My name's Aziza, aka Gourmet Pens. I took a week off and now I'm back. So I have a interesting pen. This is very new. I've been playing with it for a couple months now, and I was waiting for the next batch of pens to release so that when I post the video, if you're interested, you can sign up to get one right away. And it actually coincides really well with just the comments and questions I've been getting on the channel, which is, I'm looking for a flex pen, and what can you suggest? So I have a new flex pen. This is made by The Good Blue in the UK. This pen, as well as the extra nib unit, was sent to me for review, and so I could share it with you and provide my feedback. And I'm very excited about it because, first of all, I really like the ethos behind The Good Blue. They are working really hard to reduce their carbon footprint. Sorry if that's something that offends you. Apparently that can be offensive. So so I just really appreciate that. They're trying to reduce, reuse, recycle, which is something that I really believe in and I try to do myself. So that stuff is great. And the other thing is, I feel like the pricing is quite fair, especially for what you're getting. So all in all, I'm really happy and I'm really excited to share this with you because I think it's a great option for everyone. So I have some notes here. I've got the website pulled up so that I can kind of go through it with you. But let's take a look at the pen. First of all, packaging, fantastic. Super simple, reusable, just amazing. I have no complaints whatsoever, and I think this is actually ideal for fountain pen packaging if you're going to be a user, you know? So this is the last model that was released. So it's the R615 Flex Nib Fountain Pen. Currently, they are releasing the Raw series. This is the blue aluminum. And it has a brass section and knurled, like, center band on the barrel. My only real complaint comes in the design of the section, so I will mention that, and I will show you in a bit more detail. But other than that, this is what it comes with. It's just super simple and fantastic. So I'm going to move the packaging out of the way, and we're going to take a look at the pen. Let me just zoom in a bit so that we can see. Okay. So this is the blue. It is round, torpedo-shaped. It has a flat surface so that it doesn't roll all over the place on both the cap and the body. So that's awesome. And I'll leave that there while I read you the information. They take Jovo nib units. So there's a whole bunch of information I really want to share with you. They have a background, like they're trying to release a fountain pen and like a nib and a feed that is like a good flex option that's affordable and sustainable and attainable. So I think I like all of this stuff. It is a steel nib. I have the plastic feed option and the Ebonite feed option. And just so you know, the starting price for the plastic fine flex is £99, and the Ebonite one is £114. So they're also working on an untipped version. Like, they've got some great stuff going on. So I think what would be really cool is if we just kind of hop into it. So what do you think? Should we do that? Okay. So this is the pen in hand. It is metal. It's interesting because the section and and this part, they are brass, but this is aluminum. So the balance is actually pretty comfortable. Let me just seat it. So there you go. Quite decent. It does not post, if that's something that bothers you. It takes a standard international cartridge converter. It comes with a converter. So my only real complaint is with this part of the pen. It is a significant step, and as a result, the section feels extra skinny, but the balance and the weight is really good. So if you're someone who's really particular about sections and the width of a section, I'll put the size information in the description. And I mean, I have it here. I could just tell you. Section diameter is 10.5 millimeters, and the skinniest part is 10.25 millimeters. So if that's too thin for you, there you go, you know, but it's something, you just gotta try it. That's the thing, like, you have to try it. And so I have on here the Ebonite feed version of the nib, so I can't actually see the camera, it's too high. It has For the Love of Flex laser engraved on it, which I think is really cute. It's a steel nib, the Ebonite feed in this particular case, and it has no breather hole, but it has a long slit. And here's the plastic version, which I will also show you, and we will also try out. It's the same thing, it just has a plastic feed. Now, there is some discussion always on like forums and whatever, and users, like whether an Ebonite feed is better for flex. It's really up to you. I use both. I do prefer Ebonite, and that could just be in my head, but for like 10 pounds, 15 pounds more, I'd rather have the Ebonite feed. But anywho, let me just show you a size comparison with some, like, not common pens, but some familiar pens, maybe. So, let's do this. Just so you can see, it's not a huge pen, not a tiny pen. So, I've got here the Waldman Tango, a Kaweco Sport, a Pelikan M200, an Esterbrook ST, but this is the oversize. The Lamy Safari, the Good Blue Flex. This is a Twaldi. It's not the number 60. I don't remember. I haven't reviewed this yet, so I don't ever remember. But there it is. It's a Twaldi. The Leonardo Momento Zero Grande, and a Scribo Feel. So it is a full-size pen, but it's not huge. It's not too small. It's a great size. Like, I would say a good average size pen. But I really want to start writing with this, so let's do that. Let's do that. So I've got my Rhodia pad. We're going to uncap. Now, I've had this for months, okay? So I've been inking, re-inking, using. So we have the Ebonite one. So let me just start with that. I am going slowly because I'm trying to make it look attractive. The Good Blue Co. See, as I complained about, oh, sorry, can't even see that. As I was complaining about the section being slightly too thin, when I'm actually writing with it, I don't really notice it. So, and it's metal, but it's brass, so it has a bit of a grip to it, so it doesn't really, like, slide around. So it's actually pretty decent. It's just that I'm picky. So this thing, I can feel it, don't really care for that. Okay, so we have the Ebonite Flex. I'm going to do this. It's wet. This is a pretty consistent flow. It's not like dumping ink, which is a good thing if you want to actually use the flex nib and not just ink sling. So it's a great, it's like, it's what's the right word? Adjusted, calibrated. It's like calibrated well. Without pressure, you've got a nice, fine, not extra fine, it's definitely a fine. And if we apply pressure, it flexes quite easily. And you get wetter lines, but also thicker lines. So I would say double broad easily, and if you push it but slowly, you can squeeze out a triple broad. So let's do free weight. It's great. Sometimes people like reverse writing. It's pretty sharp. It's not really, no. You can if you really have to, but I wouldn't. But really, the fun is in the flex. So it is a fine writer. It's not scratchy. It's, let me do this. So you can get some good variation. It's not super snappy because it is a pretty firm steel nib. Like overall, it doesn't have cutouts in the shoulders to make it really easy to flex and stuff, but I think it makes it more forgiving for new users and for those who are just like not super comfortable with flex. But I find it a lot of fun for lettering. 7 Riley. Painting. Fruit. Flies. And the thing is, I'm applying pressure on every downstroke, and it railroaded once. It will railroad eventually, like most flex nibs will, but I'd say it keeps up pretty well. And typically with flex, like you want to go slow and steady anyway. But with no pressure, you have a perfectly usable daily writer. And if we do the classic loop the loops, it's delightful. I'm actually like, again, I've been using it for months. I haven't had any issues with it. Like, I haven't had to readjust anything. It's been great. If you want to know what this ink is, this particular sampling is Diamine Communication Breakdown that I got at Papier Inge Stift. So I'm really happy with it. And so this is the Ebonite one, and I'm going to show you how we can switch to the other nib unit. So it's just a screw unit, a threaded Jovo. Let me move this out of the way so I can do it on my little thingy. Okay, so first of all, I'm going to take out the converter, put it there. So all you need to do is unscrew it. It's going to soak right through to my fingers. Okay, that's it. And the other one is a plastic collar and a plastic feed. And again, all you do is screw it in. That's it. Easy peasy. And it'll stop on its own, like when it reaches the end. What I'm going to just quickly do is put some ink on it, simply because I haven't written, like I was writing with the other one, and it's been sitting here. So let's just move this out of the way. And we're going to do this. So let's see. I think we're good. Okay, so this is the plastic feed version. In terms of feel, the nibs themselves feel pretty much the same. So this is as wet, but I think where we really see the difference is when you're flexing. This is not the nib's fault. It's because I have to get it going. Okay, so I'm gonna get this going, and then I'll come right back. I just wet the feed, that's all. Nothing epic. I also ran and changed laundry. So, we're just gonna write until the feed is a bit more. There we go. It's pretty much dried out. Not dried out, but like unwetted. Okay, so I've definitely broken in the Ebonite one more, and it is wetter. But let's do. So here, I think a broad is probably the most consistent flex size you'll squeeze out. Whereas with the Ebonite feed, you could get a double broad. It's a little wetter overall. For £15 more, I would get the Ebonite feed for my uses. But if you want to use this like in your journal or like your Hobonichi, your planner, and you just kind of want to use the flex for like a quick highlight, like a quick flare, the plastic feed would be perfectly fine. The thing is, it's just super fun. It's really fun for lettering and just like pizzazz and stuff with your handwriting. I really like what the Good Blue is doing, and I really appreciate that they're trying to make it affordable and like sustainable and attainable. It's just so much fun. There are so many flex nib options. Like you can get vintage, you can get really expensive vintage, you can get really expensive modern, you can get dip nibs, but I think what they've done really well is making the flex forgivable and not too difficult to control. It's fun. It's really fun. It's cute. It says For the Love of Flex on it. It's really adorable. So overall, I'm really pleased. I think it's a great package. Let's do some sexy flexy. Well, my friends, I hope that was fun. I had a lot of fun, and thank you so much to Sunil at The Good Blue for sending this over for me to enjoy. I will continue to enjoy it for years to come, and you will, I'll put links below. I'll put the information that was shared with me so that you can learn about the pen, and thank you guys so much. I really appreciate you being here, and I hope you had fun with me. I had fun with you, and I had fun with Le Flex. You know the usual. I would love it if you would like, subscribe, share, comment, share your thoughts. What do you think about the pen? How do you feel about Flex? Whatever. You know, it'd be like just nice to chat with you. There we go. Yay! Okay, everyone. Take care. Have a lovely week. I wish you adieu for now. Bye! We have Le Flex.